Good afternoon. It's Lazy Sunday again, and guess who I've got in the cockpit today? Right here.
Me.
So, thank you for being patient with our slight flight delay, but I think we are back up and running. And Raegan has definitely made a decision. Now, hopefully you haven't changed your mind, Raegan. Have you changed your mind?
Nope.
That's good, because we took a little bit of time to download the Japan update, and we are going to have a fun little taxi talk over in the, what do they call it? The land of the rising sun?
I have no idea.
Well, that's what we're going to call it, right?
Okay.
Here's Japan right over here. So guess what? What does this tell you about Japan? What's some things you can learn from Japan right away? Let's just test your school knowledge.
Well, sorry.
She's still working out the microphone. It's just a little bit of a tricky thing, right?
I cannot think of a lot of things by Japan. Because, in, geometry, we've been learning more about, we haven't been learning geometry yet. In school, we've more been learning just about, space.
Okay.
So we haven't really learned anything about that.
Gotcha. And when you mean geometry, you probably mean geography, right?
Yes. I always get those two mixed up.
So geometry, yeah, I mean that's gonna show up in your math class. Geography is a little more related directly to Japan. But you know what? I'm sure there's plenty of geometric parallels with the land of the rising sun. So what I was going to say is, if you notice right now, there's a few things on the Earth. So we are flying real-time weather right now. You can see there's right now there's a little bit of a weather pattern right around the island of Japan. What else do we notice, Ray? Look to the left a little bit. What's going on over there?
I don't know.
Left of the screen. What's the difference between the right side of the screen and the left side of the screen?
Well, the left side is dark because the sun is shining on the right.
All right.
So the shadow is on the left side, so that means that it's nighttime.
You got it. So it's, and actually it's nighttime, almost morning. So, right, the sun is starting to come up right here. So we got some dawn going on, and Japan is probably, I would say we're probably about 9:46 in the morning right now. I don't know that for a fact, but once we put Japan into our departure airport, we'll find out exactly what time it is. But the sun's just come up, so it's going to be a nice morning on Sunday. They're probably just getting ready, getting themselves ready for a beautiful day. Maybe I don't know if I don't know what the predominant religion in Japan is, but, some of them might be going to church, and some of them might be going, who knows. But all I know is we're going to fly there. At least that's our hopes. Now, I'm going to show you something else. You want to see something really cool, Raegan?
Sure.
If you were to look in the news right now, actually, I'm going to let you do this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be your special little assignment. Let's just bring up a new tab. New tab. And I want you to type in here. Here, I'm going to give you the keyboard for a minute. Hurricane Sam.
Hurricane what?
Sam. S-A-M.
Okay.
Because I don't know much about it because I haven't been paying attention to the news, but I did get a little notification that there's another hurricane stewing over there somewhere, and I don't know where it is. Let's see if we can track it down. Yep, okay. That's it. Let's see where it's brewing. The news tells us Hurricane Sam is where? Over the Atlantic, and that makes sense. Let's see if we got a... There it is right there on the news. Okay, so right now it's over kind of, here's Florida, right? It's going to kind of be over in this direction, and it's spinning up this way right now. This is where Sam is, at least as the time of this article. When was this article written? Sam was, this was today at 9 in the morning. So this big hurricane in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is spinning right here, and this is the projected path where it's going to go, okay? So before we jump into Japan, I just wanted to show that to you to see if the game, by any stretch of the imagination, is picking up Sam in the weather patterns. Should we check it out?
Yeah.
Should we see if we can find Sam? Okay, let's come back down to our trusty little planet right here. So Sam should be right over... wait, it's too dark to see. Let's just see if we can fix this. There it is right there. That's Sam right there. You want to fly in that?
Sure.
No. The answer is that is no.
That'd be so fun.
You want to fly in a hurricane?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we'll do, Raegan. If we can get some progress in getting you off the ground in Japan, then your reward will be to fly in Hurricane Sam. We'll just throw you right in the middle of it and see how it goes. Does it sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Right now it's a Category 4, which is a pretty heavy-duty hurricane. That's going to be fun, though. I'll be honest.
That will be very
Let's see
fun.
if we can find the eye of the hurricane. No, it doesn't show us the eye. But, yeah, that'll be a reward. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, let's come back over here. We'll put us back to about, I don't know, maybe back to about 8 o'clock in the morning. Zulu time. Or no, I guess this would be, yeah, 8 in the morning Zulu. That means Japan's just barely starting to wake up. Now, you tell me what time of day you want over in Japan. Do you want it so the sun's barely starting to come up, or do you want it to be a little lighter? You know what I'm saying?
I'd say a little lighter than that, but like pretty much just waking up, but like right
Oh, you know what?
after that.
You know what I just realized?
Yep.
Where's Japan? My goodness, where'd it go? Down here. It was not. Yeah, the way I had that set, it was. Okay, so right here comes the sun. You want it to be what?
Okay, so I want it to be like a little bit after when they wake up.
After morning.
Yeah.
Let's just move the sun. Should we say let's move the sun right about here?
Yeah, that's good.
How about that? Let's see what it looks like. Okay. So we've got our weather set. You'll have a few clouds, but it shouldn't be too bad, I wouldn't think. Oh, did we want to do that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we've got to go and set our departure airport. So the question is, Raegan Wheeler,
Yeah?
what city do you want to fly out of? Or do you want to fly out of the country? Or do you want to fly out near a big mountain, like a big volcano mountain? Or do you want to fly, you tell me where in Japan. You're the one that said you want to go to Japan, so you got to decide what you want to get out of Japan.
I don't know. Here.
Tokyo is a big city. Tokyo's a big city.
I was going to say Tokyo is one of the ones I would choose.
You want to try Tokyo? You want the big city?
Sure.
That's probably what you were thinking of when you were thinking of Japan, right?
I've always just thought of Tokyo. That's the main place I've wanted to go.
Let's do it. Let's get you a Tokyo International, like we're going to get you the big old airport. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
Like this one right down here. Look at that airport. It's taking up like a lot of space. So now the next thing you get to choose, Raegan, is which parking spot do you want to choose to start off your flight? Here's the runways, right? You're going to have runway, this little small runway. You're going to have this big runway. You're going to have this big runway. And there's actually a runway that goes all the way up.
But do I just choose one of the
One of the dots.
Or?
One of the dots. That's where you're going to start. One of the dots is a parking stall.
It's hard to explain which one.
You guide me there just 1 second, okay? Whoops.
Okay.
Don't want to do that. Let me come back. Click that. Come on, baby. There we go. All right. You point me. Left, right, up, down.
Okay, right.
Okay. Left, right, up, down.
Up.
Left, right, up, down.
Left.
Left, right, up, down.
Up.
Left, right, up, down.
Up.
Left, right, up, down.
Left. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Parking spot 401? Sounds good to me. All right, you're at gate 401. It's a large gate, so this is like one of those big, huge gates where the big, huge international airplanes fly out of, that have the big jetway that you walk down. So this will be kind of fun. Little teeny airplane with the big boys. You want to fly with the big boys? I should say the big girls, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start her up. Are you excited?
Mhm.
Let me ask you, are you more excited to fly in Japan, or are you more excited to fly through that Hurricane Sam?
Hurricane.
That's what I figured. She's like, now you have incentive, right?
I want to
actually to
see
do well.
a disaster.
She's like the rest of the world. We just love to watch train wrecks. Apparently, that was a really bad joke. There was actually. Did you know there was a train wreck? Just like yesterday or the day before.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
that was bad timing.
It was bad timing, and I didn't mean that at all. So thoughts and hearts go out to those people. But theoretically speaking, or let's say more high level, I don't even know what the word is, but you know what we're saying. She likes to watch, apparently, disasters, and I don't know why human beings like that, but I guess we like to see the extremes of all ends. So much, much, much better to do it in a simulator than to do it in real life, right?
Yeah.
She wouldn't be going, hey, Dad, let's go out and get in a plane and fly through Sam in real life, would you?
No.
No. Neither myself. Okay, you can give me the keyboard back.
Okay.
So I can be your little cockpit. We're going to turn the camera off for just a little while. Let's let this load up. Do you want to see if we have any one on our social feeds?
Sure.
So far, no. But you know what? It's not saying that it couldn't happen. Especially if Raegan's going to be trying to make a dive through Hurricane Sam. So let's just see what happens here, right? I'm going to bring up our map. And guess what? Now if I push you see this little mouse up here? This button I'm going to push? That's going to take us out right to our airport in Japan. And that's where we're at.
Okay.
There you are at in Tokyo. Look at your plane. What do you think?
I think it's cool.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, it's gorgeous. All right. So you know what comes next, right?
Nope.
Exactly. And that's why we do this. That's why we do taxi time. I'm going to do one thing here. I'm going to twist this dial to make sure we're starting off on good ground. Okay. So, let's start you up. Okay, Raegan. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start to teach you a few little tricks to flying this plane.
Okay.
There, just just know that there have been more than one man and woman struggle with this process, right? Because it just takes a little bit of learning. But I have the belief that children, and you're not a child, you're actually a teen, right? Preteen, almost.
Preteen, almost.
There you go. So I have a belief that you have a much more apt ability to learn quickly than us old dogs. Should we prove that theory?
Yep, let's try.
Let's try. Okay, we're going to start on this stick on the right-hand side. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you what this button does right here.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and press it, actually? I'm going to take you inside the cockpit.
Oh, okay.
Press it again.
Out. Okay.
Yep. Now, you see this little knob down here?
Mm-hmm.
Play around.
So that's the angle?
Yep, play around with that. Now, you want to grab the stick just like this. Like you're going to hold it like a stick. And
like
you use your thumb.
Is this a hand rest?
That's a hand rest.
Okay.
So go ahead and play around with the view a little bit. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so that's how you look around your externally out of your plane. Why don't you go inside again? There you go. And now why don't you use that stick again? Nope, not that one.
Oh. That one.
Right? And that's how you look around with that.
Oh.
I have a feeling I'm going to be throwing up here. I've already got travel sickness, and I haven't even started the plane yet. So that's how you kind of look around, right? Okay. So let me show you kind of a few other buttons. If you want a quick little view out your left window, click that thing to the left. There you go. Click it again to the left. Takes you right back. Go to the right. Click again to the right. Go back. Click it up. Click it up again. Click it down. Click it down again. Okay? That's what that does. Now this guy over here, move them to the right and left.
This guy?
Yep.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Move them to the right and left. and he kind of moves you between cockpit seats. Move it up and down. Moves you forward, moves you backward. Okay.
Okay.
So this guy over here kind of spins you around, whereas this guy kind of moves your position. Okay. And then these are called your quick views. Okay. Now, if you get totally wacky, lost, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in the weirdest view right here like that, and you just want to push this blue button, that'll take you back right to the front.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is your safety button. If you get lost, just push that button. You'll go right back to the... Let's do the same thing else on the outside. Okay, now move your camera around all over the place. Blah, 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 blah. And click that blue button. Not that one. You got the blue button.
This one?
Mm-hmm. And it takes you right back to a...
Okay.
So that way, if you kind of get like, oh gosh, I got to get my camera reset, this is your camera reset button.
Okay. I got that.
That's what those do. Now you know what all of those do. Now let's go back in your cockpit here. Whoops, sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Now let's teach you what this one down here does. This one moves your height up and down. Really short, like me. Really tall, like who? Aaron or Lucas. And then if you go right and left, this is zoom in, zoom out. Okay?
Okay.
So between all these, you won't use them a whole lot because you're going to be focused on flying. But just know, you can kind of move your camera around with all those. These are all camera stuff, okay? That's all that is, just camera stuff.
Okay.
All right. Now, here's the important part. Let's go to the outside. It takes us to the outside. And let's I'm going to scroll you down. And I can do the same thing with my mouse, which is kind of nice. So I can actually help you a little bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take you right over here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you how to fly a plane. You ready?
Yeah.
I want you to take that big stick.
This one?
Mm-hmm. And push it up and down. No, don't lift the stick off of the ground.
I thought it was like down and up, not like
she actually
front
lifted this,
and back.
She actually lifted the whole stick off the couch. That was pretty funny.
Like that?
Yep. See what that does?
Yeah, it lifts the things. Doesn't that help you go certain ways?
Mm-hmm. Sure does. So when you push up, guess where that's going to send you?
It's going to send you
down. That's
going
to...
Okay.
Wind's going to hit that thing, and it's going to tip your nose down. Or actually, I should say it's going to pull your tail up. So that's how you go up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Down towards the ground and up towards the sky. Okay?
Okay.
That thing is called an elevator. That makes sense, right? Just think of an elevator that you go up in a building. It's either going to take you up or down, right?
Oh. So I hit that. Okay.
Okay. Now go left and right. Right? What do you think that's going to do?
I think it's going to tilt you like a certain way.
That's exactly what that's going to do. That's going to tilt your plane so that one wing's down, one wing's up, and it's going to kind of actually help you kind of, and if you tilt one way, you can kind of slowly turn that way too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not, believe it or not, and do you know what those things are called, by the way? Do that again.
I don't know. Aren't they like flaps or something?
Almost. But these ones are called ailerons.
Mm-hmm.
Ailerons, okay? So now, elevator up and down. Try that. There you go. Ailerons left and right. Right? Okay. Now guess what else we have?
What?
A rudder. What do you think a rudder does? What do you think like a rudder on a ship does?
I've never heard of a rudder.
Okay. You've heard of butter, right?
Yes.
Peanut rudder? Have you ever heard of peanut rudder?
No.
No. By the way, do you want some peanut rudder M&Ms?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if you knew this or not, but peanut rudder M&Ms are the official snack of HeadTrip Air. Did you know that?
No.
They are literally the official snack of HeadTrip Air, as determined by the pugs. So here, I'm going to give her a couple peanut rudder M&Ms. And I'll take just a couple. I know you think all we do is snack here at HeadTrip, which is, there's a little bit of truth to that, but it's just part of the gig, right? What do you think, Ray?
They're good.
All right. Okay, now I'm going to show you what your rudder is.
Okay.
I want you to take that stick you got your hand on right now.
Yep.
And twist it left and right.
Like
literally twist it.
that?
No, twist.
Oh.
Haha.
That. Does that make you turn?
That does.
Okay.
This is your steering. This is really your steering wheel, right? If you were in a car, this would be your steering wheel. So as you're taxiing along the roads here, the taxiways, you're going to use that rudder to steer your aircraft. Okay.
Okay.
The thing about it is you don't have to tilt it too much, right? It's really sensitive. So if you want to turn just a little bit, just turn that, twist that rudder just a tiny little bit, just like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now you had mentioned something before, flaps. You go, what the heck does flaps do? Put your hand on the thrust over there.
Okay.
After you put your peanut butter M&Ms in your mouth. Now over by your pinky there, you should have a little wheel, steel wheel that rolls left, up and down.
Like that.
Oops, not that one. Pretty close to it though.
Oh, this one?
Hang on a second before it.
Sorry.
Let's go back in. Yep, the other one. Why don't you roll that one towards you? I think we have to turn on the plane before that's going to work. Should we turn on the plane?
Yeah, but in the corner it says flaps, and when I do it, it goes up and down.
It's working, right? It's just not that we don't have any power yet to the. I guess the other instruments are kind of what do we call it, like manual pulley systems or something like that. However it works, I don't know how the mechanics work, but in order to make your flaps work, we're going to have power to the plane. So don't worry, we can get there. But before we do it, let's put your flaps all the way up. So roll that wheel all the way away from you. And that's where 0% flaps are right there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go back inside. Oh, there is one more thing that I need to teach you, the brakes. Would you ever want to get in a car without knowing how to push the brakes?
No.
No. So on your right hand, there's a little trigger down there by your pinky.
Trigger.
On your right hand.
Oh, right hand.
This
right
thing
hand.
all the way out here.
That?
Yep, you see this one?
Yeah.
Trigger that you push in. Use your pinky and push that in. That's your brakes.
Okay.
That's how you're going to brake, okay? So if that's your brakes, then how are you going to push on the gas? What do you think the gas is?
Is there one on an opposite side?
Nope. It's on, I'll give you a hint. It's on your left hand.
Oh.
It's over there. And it's called thrust.
Oh, is it pushing that forward?
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. So push it forward. Go ahead and test it. Push it forward. That's gas, okay? So if you push it all the way back, it's like applying no gas. It's like idle, meaning that it's not stopping you, but it's no longer putting thrust behind. And when we say thrust, really, this is your propeller. You see that propeller that spins up the front of the plane? That's what moves you forward. That's what moves you forward. So the further forward you push that little thrust, the faster that propeller is going to spin.
Okay.
And to slow down, you're going to pull it back.
Okay.
So this is going to be interesting because this is not an easy task, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I zoned out.
She's zoned out. She's totally mesmerized on the thrust. That's kind of a fun little control to work. Who doesn't want to kick the thrust in, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, as soon as you sat down in the cockpit, the only thing that was on your mind is, well, one, I want to get some peanut butter M&Ms in my mouth, right?
Yeah.
Two, I want to hit that thrust.
I kept on doing it before we started.
You see over there on the engine? Look at the engine.
Yeah.
You see the little dial on the left that spins up? Like, push your thrust, open. Look at it. See it go? Mm-hmm. And all the way to the top. That's your power. That's the power to your aircraft. That's the speed at which that propeller is going to spin. All right. So that's where we're at. Now, there is one more thing that I'm going to teach you, but it's called the trim. We'll get there here in a minute. I'm going to leave that alone for just a minute, okay?
Okay.
So let's go inside of your plane, and let's get you started. Okay? So there's a couple secrets that you can do. If you're having a hard time seeing all your controls, you can hide these little suckers right here. See these things right here? Mm-hmm. If you click them like kind of right there, where are they? And I can hide them. I can make them go away. In theory. They didn't do it, but, you know, it's supposed to. Let's see if the right one will go away. Hang on. Yeah, they're not going away. Oh, well. That's what they're supposed to do. Must be a little bug. That's okay. We'll just work around them. Does that work? Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I have a question. Do inside of the plane, does any of the controls that I see, are they just for here, or do we have to click them with like the mouse?
Some
Are they other
the ones
controls?
the ones to fly the planes, you'll be able to do it with your 2 controls. There are a few other things that I click with the mouse, and that's why you have a co-pilot, right? I can help you with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't need to worry about the mouse. I'll handle anything that has to do with the mouse. All you have to worry about is those 2 controls in your hands. Okay. So let's reset our camera view.
Okay, right here.
There you go. There you go. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it doesn't really want to let us click these. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take that. Where's that keyboard? There it is. It's on my lap. Where's that keyboard? It's on my lap. I'm going to click a restart just to see if this will fix that issue. If not, we'll just continue forward. Does that work for you?
Yep.
This will go real fast. This is just going to kick us right back where we were. Okay, and we're back, right? That was fast. I'm going to click go. Now I'm going to see if this changes anything. It may or may not, but if it doesn't, there we go. See? Now life is good for us. That's what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of use this to move over here. I'm going to show you the first things we do. This is a really easy plane to start up. There's 2, see these little levers here? Boop, boop. That one. And this one. Boop, boop. This red one controls how much air is going through your engine versus how much fuel is going through your engine. The reason why it matters is because when you get up really high in the sky, right? The air is thinner, right? The air gets thinner and thinner as you go up the sky, and so you need to put more fuel in, or excuse me, more air compared to fuel, and then you pull that out. But we're in Japan, which means we're down there really close to ground level right here in Tokyo, so we can just put all the fuel in the world in there and we'll be good. That's called a rich mixture. Okay. Now that thrust on your left hand, why don't you push it in and see what happens? Aha. See that? So if you were sitting in that plane, that would be what you push to make your thrust go. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just push that in. That's how you make your plane go. Okay. So when you're starting a plane, you have to have a little bit of thrust just to get the engine started. So I'm going to just push that in about right there, okay?
Okay.
This thing's kind of going funky on us, isn't it? It's going woohoo. Let's see if we can get that to stop. That's fine. There we go. All right. Now, the only other thing is we need a battery power. So these 2 red switches are your master battery power. I'll click those on.
Okay.
Check it out. That's like the master power button. Like if you were turning on, I don't know, what do you have? What kind of electronics you have? Other than your phone, because your phone's kind of always on, but that's basically
I have like the laptop Ming can sometimes use.
There you go. Let's just
iPad.
You got it. That's the laptop. Well, that's not the laptop. What am I talking about? Think of your laptop when you push the power button. That's basically what this does. And then it screams you and says, warning, warning, you got... There you go. So the second thing you need to do when you're in a cockpit is you need a walkie-talkie, right?
Yeah.
This is called your radio or your avionics. And this is the way you... Well, first of all, it brings a map in. Let's turn those things on, and guess what's going to happen? Over here on this side, this screen's going to come on for your little co-pilot. And your co-pilot's going to be paying attention to the maps, where you're flying. And there you are, right? There you are in Tokyo International Airport. That's a big airport, by the way. This is going to be fun. So now that you've turned on those power switches, we're almost there, right? Whenever you're flying in an airplane and you are ready to turn on your power over here, once your power's on, you really need to start your what's called your beacon. But I'm going to just go over here. Key, and vroom, 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 vroom. Did you hear that? Okay, whoops. I don't want that back yet. I'm going to see if... This has been kind of buggy for me lately. I'm going to see if the beacon... No, see, that beacon doesn't like to turn on for me. They got to fix that. There's a bug in the... But I'm going to turn on... we don't need landing lights. We do need taxi lights. Do you know what it means to taxi?
No.
Taxi means you're just going to drive the airplane on the ground across the driveways towards your runway. And there's a whole bunch of different lines you have to follow. You know, you don't want to
Yeah.
go out and just crash into other airplanes before you even take off the ground, right? So you need to follow the instructions on which taxiway to take if you want to make it to the runway safely, okay?
Yeah.
So
okay.
if you turn on your taxi lights, that tells everybody else, oh, this guy's taxiing. Just keep him in view, right? Because he's going to be moving. Your nav lights will tell everybody in the sky which direction you're going. If you look up in the sky one night, I want you to pay attention to something, okay?
Okay.
If you're out there at night and you see a plane fly by and you're out with your friends, maybe playing night games or something, right? Look up in the sky and see if you ever see a red light or a green light. Go to your external view real quick.
External, like that?
I'm going to show you. See that red light right there?
Yeah.
That's on the left wing. See that green light right there? That's on the right wing. So if you saw a plane flying in the sky and you saw a green light, guess what? You would know he was flying this direction. He's going this way.
Well, that makes
But
sense.
if you looked up and saw a red light, you would know he was flying, this way, because you know that's on his left wing.
I've always been curious about that.
That's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back inside.
Okay.
So that's what your nav lights do. Now your strobe lights, I'm going to come back down here.
Oh, sorry.
No, oh, by the way, this is the most important part of the whole lesson. Are you ready for this? See that screen right there?
Yeah.
Or this little sign? What does it say?
Do not touch screens.
Do you ever touch your iPad screen?
Yeah.
Do you ever touch your computer screen?
Yeah.
All the time, right? Do you ever touch a TV screen?
No.
Oh, sometimes you do.
Really?
I bet you anything. I'm the one wiping them up. Do you ever touch the iMac screen? Yes, you do. The answer is yes. So guess what we're going to do?
What?
We're going to touch the screens. Is that kind of rebellious?
Yeah.
I don't want to teach you to be a rebel. In real life, you would never do this, right? But just because we're in a simulator, this is one of the benefits of being a simulator is you get to just touch a screen. And now we have fingerprints all over them. And the next pilot's going to come in and just go, who doesn't read the sign not to touch the screens? But we did it. Okay, let's get back down to it, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the strobe lights are important too because, oh, and for whatever reason, those don't want to go on. I don't know. There's a little bit of bug that they got to fix. Okay, that's it. That's it for our lights, okay?
Okay.
So guess what? What do we do now? Like what? I mean, what would you do? Like, I mean, your propeller's going. Would you just like start? If you were a real pilot, what would you start to do?
Start to put down the thrust and go, or?
I mean, you could, but like you haven't gotten anybody to give you permission to leave yet, right? Like, what if you just got down the thruster and going? There's huge planes just flying all over the place, and you got in a wreck. Like this little truck right here. Like, what if you were just put on thruster and you ran into that big fuel truck, and then it explodes, and you're like, that was not good. How do you avoid that?
Well, I know the people on the like drivey truck things, they help you know when to like go and where to go, and they help other people know that you're going.
Yep, like that guy right there would help to push your vehicle back, right? Your plane.
Yeah.
But guess what else? Go into the outside view real quickly. I'm going to show you something. In an airplane, do you ever wonder who's hanging up in this Rapunzel tower?
Yes.
You ever wonder what the heck are they doing up there? That's what they call air traffic control, okay? And those guys are the ones to coordinate all the planes moving around in the sky and on the ground. They have actually ground service that is keeping track of you. They can see your airplane on radar, and they can just kind of, tell you where to go so you don't crash into other vehicles. So you got to get the walkie-talkie, right, in the plane, and you got to call up to them. So that's what we're going to do next.
Okay.
Are you ready? I'm going to teach you how to do this. Okay. I'm going to do it just right here in the game. If I go up to this menu here, this is the easy way. You can actually use the controls in the plane itself to do this, but I'm going to just go up to Flight Simulator and call up to the tower right here, ATC. And we're going to say, hey, man, we need some clearance to take off. Now, the ground guys, that guy on that little truck thing over there, right, that you were talking about, we can call in to ground services and say, hey, we want a pushback. So look at all these channels. Let's just choose the top one.
Okay.
And say, hey, man, can we get a pushback? What do you think is going to happen when we do that?
They're going to tell us when we're ready.
Yep. Well, let's just find out what happens.
Okay.
Tokyo ground, HeadTrip 1-2 requesting pushback.
HeadTrip 1-2 pushback request accepted.
Here he comes. Now let's go into our external view. And he's just going to push us back, right? He's going to help push up, because planes are built to go forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they need a little bit of help going backwards. So he's going to push us back to our taxiway. Here he comes. All these things, and you didn't realize there's all this planning and preparation that needs to go into flying a plane, right?
Yeah.
And this is the easiest plane to fly. Wait till you get into one of those big airliners that take you to Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are complicated. Here he comes. He's going to do a little magic trick about right here. Watch this. You want to see his magic trick?
Mm-hmm.
That right there. Did you see him? Just...
Yeah.
Now, you're moving super slow. Do you know why that is?
No.
Because you have your parking brake on. Do you want me to show you where to take off your parking brake?
Yeah.
It's this button right here. Why don't you click that and see what happens? Ah, there you go. Now you're trucking right along. So we're going to have him push us back until we find the little taxiway. It's back there. See these yellow lines?
Yeah.
Those are your roads on the ground. Those are the ones you want to follow, okay? It's like the yellow brick road in The Wizard of Oz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Follow the yellow brick road. Those are your roads that you want to stay on so that you don't bump into roads that are for trucks or for fuel vehicles or for other stuff like that. Like that see that fuel vehicle coming out?
Yeah.
He's going, oh yeah, someone called me, I've got to go fill up his tank. You don't want to run into him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just stay on the yellow brick road, and you'll still have to watch for them because sometimes this yellow brick road is going to cross their road, but at least this will keep you in the safe as long as you follow air traffic control, and as long as you pay attention, use the, what do they call it, the IPED process in driving. I have no idea what that means, but your mom seems to remember it very thoroughly, so you'll learn it when you drive. When you get your driver's license, I'm sure they'll teach you the, I want to say is the IPED. I have no idea what that stands for. Eyes, I have no idea. I'm not going to even pretend that I understand. Okay, you see how that yellow brick road's going to turn a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask this guy, it's like walkie-talkie out to him and say, hey man, I want you to steer me to the left a little bit. Of course, I got to make sure I know which way. Yep. Or the right. Actually, the right. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, and...
Tokyo ground, HeadTrip 1-2 requesting pushback to steer the aircraft to the right.
Bam.
HeadTrip 1-2, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to stop.
Tokyo ground, HeadTrip 1-2 requesting the end of pushback.
HeadTrip 1-2 request to end pushback received.
And that's it. He pushes us back to the point where we can start our little taxi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the ground people. What about the people up in the tower, right? You remember those guys up there? What do you think they're doing? Playing dominoes? Maybe?
No.
I think possibly. What do you think they're doing up there, really? Let's be honest.
That they are probably getting like everything ready and making sure that everything is clear for us to start up our plane.
I think you're probably right. So what we do is we leave ground and we go back to what they call clearance. See this clearance button right here?
Yep.
Go to clearance. And we want to receive a clearance. Now, I don't know which way you want to go. We said where we want to start, but we had no idea where we want to go. Where do we want to go? Should we just drive around? Should we just stay straight out? Is that easier? We depart straight out?
Sure.
Okay.
Tokyo ground, HeadTrip 1-2 with mic request taxi for takeoff straight out departure.
I'm gonna...
HeadTrip 1-2 taxi to and hold short of runway
Oh, wait.
22 via taxiway Romeo. Contact tower on 118.725 when ready.
I'm gonna take this moment to eat a Cheeto. Would you want one?
Oh, yeah. please.
Okay.
Should we do this? Let's take this moment. We may as well do it safely while we're not moving the plane, right? Should we have a cheers to our Cheeto here?
Yeah. I almost put it in my mouth.
What kind of toast would you like to make, Ray?
To make... I don't know. I just hope that we can all make it safely so we can go into the Hurricane Sam.
That's a good toast. That's something that I think every person deserves. Okay, I better acknowledge my clearance. What you don't want to do is ignore these guys, or they'll stop helping you.
Short runway 22 via taxiway Romeo, HeadTrip 12.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, he gave us some instructions. How do we follow his instructions? What did he tell us to do?
That's a very good question.
We were a little distracted with Cheetos, weren't we?
Yeah.
Why don't you grab those Cheetos again? Maybe next time we fly into Hurricane Sam, we'll have some broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right. This is our last snack before we get up to actual flight service. Do you think we can get flight service? Oh, wow. She's got a drink. She's already got her pineapple Fanta. My goodness.
Okay.
All right. So I repeat the question. Those guys up in the tower gave us some instructions. What instructions did they give us?
To follow the line.
Well, I'm going to give you a hint. See over there on all that text over there on the left?
Yeah.
Go up to the last one where it says Tokyo. That's them. You, that's where it says you, that's us. That's what we've said. Where it says Tokyo, that's what they said. What did they say? Not the very last one, because the last one they
The
said...
second to last one?
Yeah, because the last one's like, Tokyo, or HeadTrip 2, did you copy? Meaning, hey, did you hear us? And what were we doing while they were saying that?
Eating Cheetos.
Right. Right.
So they said taxi to and hold short of a runway 22 via taxiway R. Contact tower on 118.725 when ready.
Right.
So
Lots of numbers in there, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? What runway number did they want us to go on?
They wanted us to go on to 22.
Runway 22, right? But how do we get there? How do we get to runway 22? We don't have any idea where runway 22 is.
We contact a tower on that place when ready.
When ready. So here's what they're telling us. They're saying HeadTrip, taxi to and hold short of runway 22. So they say, we want you to go to runway 22, but don't go on the runway yet. Just hold short of it. Just barely before you get to the runway, because there might be other planes coming in and out, and you got to wait until we clear you to get on that runway, right? But 22 is going to be the direction we head. And then it says via. Do you know what the word via means?
No.
I'm going to teach it right now. Via means... that's a really good question. VA. Well, you know what we're going to do, Raegan? This is a great educational opportunity here. I'm going to have you type the word via.
Okay.
And you're going to learn a new word today. Via. Oh, goodness. I don't know what that was, but let's try it again. That was like diva or something. Here, wait.
I know I didn't press.
Now delete. Push delete.
Oh.
Now type via. Perfect. Via. There's the definition. I don't know if your eyes are any better than mine, but I sure need a
Oh,
little
that's
help.
much better. Traveling through a place en route to a destination.
So this is the way you get to somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
By way of, or the way you go through. So if I go, hey, Raegan, I'm going to go from my house to Grandpa's house via Highway 89. That means I'm going to use Highway 89 to get from my house to Grandpa's house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, coming back here, then. Let's come back. One moment. Uno momento. So, let's see what they're saying. They're saying, we want you to taxi to and hold short of runway 22 via taxiway R. What does that mean?
So using the
Taxiway
taxiway R.
R.
But
So we're going, but
I
where's
don't know
taxiway
it.
R? So guess what we need?
That's what I was thinking of.
What do you think we need?
To contact them.
We actually have something even better than that for the moment, right? We have some
Okay.
charts. So this program right up here that has this map,
Yeah.
guess what?
What?
We can look up Tokyo Airport. T. O. Is that a T? I can't. Here we go. Tokyo. Let's find the right airport. I want to say it's this one. I hope it is. There might be more than one international airport, but I think this is the one. And this program we've got gives us charts of the airport. And pilots kind of have to figure this out too, so a lot of words there. Got to find the right one. I think it's going to be this one. Check it out. Now, I don't see us on there, which is interesting. So I'm hoping we're at the right airport. I don't think we are, though. That doesn't look right, does it?
Mm-mm.
Which airport are we at, man? Should we figure it out? Okay, hang on a second. Wrong airport. That wouldn't help anybody, would it?
Nope.
Tokyo. Do you think we're at maybe this one?
Maybe.
Tokyo has 2 international airports? My goodness. You decided to go... You really did go big or go home, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Come on, baby. Hang on a second. Where's airport info? Right here. Ah! See that little pink arrow?
That's us.
That's us. So now we're at the right airport. So guess what? We've got a map to show us which way to go.
Okay.
Okay, so we got to find taxiway R. Where the heck is taxiway R? Well, guess what?
Right there.
It's right in front of us, right?
I see it.
It's literally driving this way, right?
Mhm.
That's taxiway R. Like we're literally on it. This line that you're looking at down here that we're on taxiway R. Beautiful. Guess what?
What?
Where's runway 22?
Runway.
Let's find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, guess what? We have
What?
to turn around and go exactly backwards because it's telling us. It's
Really?
saying, yeah, it's saying take runway R right to runway, or take taxiway R right to runway 22.
Oh.
And then we're going to take off that runway. So guess what you got to do? You literally got to just flip a UE and flip around and drive that line right out to the runway, which is super easy.
Okay.
So hang on a second before you get too excited. Let's come back to our trusty, dusty cockpit. I'm going to put this up here so you'll always know where you are, okay? When you're driving. Let's come back down. And we've been given authority to now drive our plane. So, from what I've shown you, what do you need to do? Yeah? Okay, let's go back up to the reset view like that.
Okay.
And now you're ready to go. Now, I would take these controls just kind of easy. Don't gun it, you know, don't hit it so hard. Just slowly throttle up, and when you
Okay.
start going a little bit,
So now that I pressed this blue button, does that mean I can start going?
yeah, because your parking brake is off now.
Oh
Should
my
be,
gosh, I
should
feel like
be.
I'm gonna forget everything. Okay.
Yeah, well, you can just take your time. There's no hurry. Okay?
Okay, wait. So if I am turning this, that's how I turn my plane?
Mm-mm. Remember? What does the rudder do? The
Rudder. Remember.
Twisty, turny.
Twisty.
Lefty, loosey, righty.
So if I turn my rudder thing,
Yeah,
will that turn the plane?
yes, it will on the ground.
Okay.
Yes, it will. But you remember what I said about that? You don't have to do it a whole lot. Just twist it slightly.
I feel like I'm gonna do this wrong.
Well, everybody does it wrong now and then again. I crashed so many times, Raegan, you wouldn't even believe it. Okay, now pull back. Oh, you'll be fine. Okay. Okay, so
I'm not on it anymore.
pull back. Do you remember where your brake is? you can kind of push your brake. Right, like that. See?
Okay.
Just play around in the parking lot for a minute. Just
Okay.
play around in the parking lot to get used to the controls.
Must have done it too fast because it wasn't starting up yet. I want to get a
There you
good
There you go.
position.
Twisty righty. And then pull back on your thrust. And it'll keep going. Just pull all the way back on your thrust. And it'll just keep rolling.
Am I going that way? This
Yeah.
way? Right
Yeah.
here?
Look up at your map. See your map up there up top?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how to get to the runway?
Wait, let me look.
You just look at your little pink arrow,
Oh, okay.
right?
So I know that's Route 20. I can't
Do you want me to zoom in a little bit?
Yeah, I can't find R right now.
Let's do it.
I know it was like somewhere around there. Okay. I might just look up at the map.
Yeah.
And then
That'd be fine.
decide from there. Which way am I turning?
Now don't turn too tight or you'll flip your plane around. Just there you go.
Okay, I'm starting on that route, but then I have to flip over.
So you're going just the opposite way right now, right?
Okay,
So
wait, should I just go till I get right on the R?
Sure.
And then I'll break it. So I'm guessing right here.
Okay.
So, and then I flip all the way around.
Mhm.
So
There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. Now just go down that taxiway.
okay.
Follow the green lights. If it was nighttime, and look at Tokyo out there. Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
That big city? That's what you're going to be flying over
Might
soon.
just go right on the line. Try and get it on the line.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Good.
Good. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
You're doing a great job.
And then I just have to go straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll go a little faster then.
Yep. The thing about that throttle is once you throttle up a little bit, all you have to do is throttle up and pull it right back, and it'll just give you a little boost, but you don't have to keep the throttle going, because the thing about a plane is that once it's going, pull your throttle back a little bit. There you go. There you go. And just once you need a little more throttle, just put it in a little more, but you don't have to have it going all the time, because you'll just keep going faster and faster and faster if you keep the throttle on. Now you're going to take a little bit of a right. Yeah, no, left.
Left.
I think left. Yep. There you go. Out that way. Yep. You got it. Now when you get close to this runway, which you're getting pretty close to, get back on the yellow line, you're going to see a little kind of a, it's not a stop sign, but it's kind of like a stop sign. It's like a lines that go across the taxiway here. You're going to stop right. See that coming up on the ground?
Oh, yeah.
That's where you're going to stop. And that's runway,
Okay.
the entrance to runway 22. So get yourself going really slow and use your brakes a little bit. And, okay, there you go. And you can go a little further until you get up to that sign. Okay, now back off the throttle and push your brakes. Just let me give you a trick about brakes that I think is helpful. Some people will get going really fast and they'll panic. They're like, oh, I'm going way too fast, right? And then they just slam on the brakes. Guess what happens?
What?
When you slam on the brakes really hard, whatever happens when Dad's driving and on the freeway and all of a sudden he slams on his brakes, what happens to you in the back? Yeah.
Get jerked
Right.
forward.
Same thing happens in a plane. So you don't want to just be going fast and slam the brakes, because your plane will be going like this, and you'll slam the brakes, and guess what? Your plane will tip like this, and you'll go boom, and your rudder or your propellers will hit the ground, and then you're done, right?
Yeah.
So I like to tap the brakes like this. See this? I just tap the brakes and you slow down a little bit and slow down a little bit. And that way you'll never just crank that and tip over.
That's how I do it on my scooter.
Right. You got it. That's exactly how it works.
Especially like if I'm wearing no shoes.
Wait,
Then
whoa. Wearing no shoes on a scooter?
That was the bad timing.
Well, now we're even, right?
Yeah.
I would highly recommend always wearing shoes on a scooter. You don't want to have a road rash. Look at that! Look at that concrete right there. Do you want to rub your feet along that concrete?
No.
No, you don't. Always have shoes, not open-toed shoes, but closed-toes shoes on the road while you're. This is a safety tip. Look, we've learned something, right?
Yes.
We've learned something. Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to listen to your dad?
Yes.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay. YouTube, you're my witness. She's going to start wearing shoes, wearing a scooter. But at least we've learned something. Okay, now here we are at the runway. See that big white area up there up front? That's the runway, and you're going to take off to the left, going that way.
Okay.
So what do we do now? What do you think? Like, can we just go? I mean, can we just go? Like, oh, here we are. Let's just go.
Well, the way you're saying that makes me doubt myself.
Yeah. Well, that is the correct answer as well. Because you need to get clearance. You need to get permission, approval from who?
From the tower people?
Yep.
The walkie-talkie people?
The people up in that tower right back there, right?
Yes.
You need to get permission because they see. You can't see a lot, right? You can see a little bit. You might see a plane coming in here. You might look out and see a plane going down the runway here. But they can see everything. That's why it's a tower. So that they can see everything. They have a radar. They got a visual on everything. They've got radar. So that's important. So let's call up to the tower, shall we?
Yep.
Tune to Tokyo Tower. And we're going to request takeoff clearance.
Tokyo Tower HeadTrip 12 ready for straight out departure at runway 22.
Okay.
HeadTrip 12 altimeter 29.902 with 277 at 7. Straight out, departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 22.
Okay?
Okay.
So, now, anytime they talk to you, there's so much chatter going on back and forth between airplanes, they always want you to repeat to them what they said. That way they know that you heard them correctly and that you got the right instructions. So when we push acknowledge, that's exactly what we're doing.
HeadTrip 12 acknowledge last transmission.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 HeadTrip 12.
Okay.
Okay? There you go. Now, this is the fun part, Raegan. You are at the funnest part of the whole flight. Did you realize that?
Nope.
Are you a little nervous?
Yeah.
A little bit nervous? Are you glad you're not in a real plane doing this?
I would probably crash it.
I'd probably be crying right now, saying my last rites, right?
Yeah.
Let's make sure your view's set up here.
Okay.
Now, at this point in time, I need to tell you about one more important control. Okay? Well, first of all, we never tested your flaps. Let's go test your flaps.
Okay, wait.
Let's go out into the external view.
External view.
And I'm going to come down here and give us a little bit better view of your plane. Let's try your flaps. Pull them towards you. Maybe away from you. I can't remember which one it is.
Wait. Oh, I'm not pulling the right thing.
Have you ever looked at an airplane window when you were riding an airplane? You saw that happen?
Yeah.
And you're like, what did they just do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the flaps. A little bit different than the ailerons. The ailerons kind of turn your plane, tilt your plane left and right. These things are going to lift you. They're going to lift your plane and they're going to drag you when you're coming down too fast. They're like a big parachute almost, right? So when you go to take off, I like to put the flaps right there, one slot down from the top. That one right there. That's a really good setting to take your plane off. Gives you enough lift that once you get up to a really good speed, and then you just have to pull back slightly on your stick, not too much, and then you're just going to see your plane fly up in the ground.
Okay.
So what I want to tell you, though, is because once you get flying, you're going to start to get a little bit nervous, right?
Yeah.
Just remember, slow moves. There's a saying I like to say, slow moves, Ellie. Do you know what movie that's from?
No.
That's from Contact, the movie Contact. Ellie's dad says, hey, slow moves. It's good advice for flying, good advice for life. Don't move so quickly that you flip your plane around. Just slow moves, okay?
Okay.
Let's get back into your inside view and reset it so you know you're looking straight ahead. And let's just taxi right up to the runway. Just slow it like you did the first time.
Okay.
Good job. And you're going to just come around to the left. Just twist to the left a little bit. And line yourself right up there by that numbers 22. Slow down, twist left. You're going to have to do a hard left. There we go. And that's your runway right there. You're going to line up right behind the 22, right in the middle. There you go. Let's go a little further.
Okay.
You can put your plane right on the 22 and line your nose up right with that white line.
Oh. Nope.
Yep. And now remember,
That's not good.
yeah, if your view gets crazy, okay, now you can stop. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, Raegan, this is it. Like you don't need any more permission. So, a couple things to pay attention to. When you start going fast, your plane's going to want to pull left or right. So just use little teeny movements to try to correct. But if you're going to go, oh my heck, my plane's starting to move to the left, and you're going to panic a little bit, and you're going to want to jack that twisty thing to the left or right. Don't do that. Just small moves and try to keep it going. And just trust that this is a very, very, very long runway. Apparently he
was gonna crash into me.
Luckily the plane doesn't like crash into other airplanes. Thank goodness, right?
He did not get permission.
He did not get permission. I can tell you that much right now.
Also, I have one more question. Is this trigger important?
You would not too important.
Okay.
It does some certain things when you're touring and you're looking at. If you're up above the city, I'll kind of show you what it does when you're up above the city.
Okay.
But right now you don't need to worry about that. All you need to worry about is keeping your plane turned like this, Raegan, with your rudder, and it's going straight as you can. And then be careful when your plane starts to... Oh, yeah, put on the brake.
I did not know I was doing
There
that.
you go. When your plane starts to tilt like this, right? Like, kind of like that.
I'm not doing that.
Move.
Sorry. Yeah.
Is your...
Yeah, I just did
all
that.
the way back? Okay, good. I'm going to make sure your trim's set, too. We'll talk about the trim a little bit later. And I'm going to help you with the trim because that one's a little trickier. So when I reach over and I twist this knob, that's going to be me trying to help you just a little bit. But
Okay.
I'll teach you what that one does. That's kind of a lesson number 2. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you want me to put on some really scary music right now?
Sure.
See, Raegan likes to go for
Make
it.
me very intense.
Reagan likes to go for it. I'm almost tempted.
It'll be like dun dun dun.
I'm almost tempted.
Make it
not
very intense.
Okay, we're gonna do this, Raegan.
Oh no.
We're gonna do this. You ready?
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm scared.
Okay. So
How do I do this? I'm so scared. Should I just go?
yeah, I
Just
would
go for it.
just go for it. But
Okay,
remember, once you go for it,
okay.
you're gonna need to keep yourself straight, and then follow my voice. I'm gonna tell you when to slightly pull back on this to lift off. Okay, you don't need to pull back too much, but just enough to where you start to see your plane starting to take off. So this is how you're gonna take off. Okay, but you're gonna have to keep it on the white line using this, and you're gonna have to keep your wings flat using this, and then take off, pulling back. Okay, just slow moves.
Okay.
Slow moves, Ellie. Let's do it.
I'm so scared. I don't know if I'm gonna be. Okay.
There you go. Slow moves. Slow. Calm. Focus. Now put your throttle at 100% all the way forward.
This?
No, not your flaps, just your throttle. Just push it all the way up if it's not already. Okay, no, slow moves. Now just start to pull back a little bit. Just a little bit. There you go. You're up in the air. Keep going. You got it. You're up in the air. Just keep going. Stay steady. Move your wings a little bit. Tilt a little bit like this. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Keep going up. Now tilt back the other way a little bit. There you go. Slow moves.
Oh, I'm not on the white line at all.
You're up in the air. You don't need to be on the white line anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Push. Put. Okay. Uh-oh.
Didn't crash in the first like 5 seconds of going.
But you got up in the air, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got up in the air. Do you want to try it again real fast?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you know how to do everything. That's funny because you know what I noticed? Aaron noticed the exact same thing. Whenever that thing crashes, it like freezes. It's funny. Whenever you crash, it freezes. I don't know why.
What do I do if that happens?
Say your prayers. ask the Lord for forgiveness for everything you've done wrong, including not wearing shoes while riding a scooter, and hope that the next life is a little bit better, you know? Well, hopefully you don't die in a situation like that, but that would be really scary. So that's why we practice, right?
Yeah.
That's why we practice. Now, we're right back here. Now, it's easy now. We're gonna go lightning speed.
Okay.
You don't have to do any of the training. We already know what we're doing. Let's turn this on. Turn this on. Turn that on. Turn that on. I'm going to give it a little bit of gas forward. And let's turn the plane on. There we go. Do you notice what else happened? For some reason, our sound went away. Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. Like there's no music, but it actually is still playing. It's still playing for the people on YouTube.
Really?
So I'm going to go back. Yeah, and I don't know why. This is a bug. This is a little bit of a bug. But hang on. Hang on a second. Let's go back to calm music. Here we go. Going back to calm music. I don't know why it does that. There's like, I noticed the exact same thing when it was in this plane actually. So it might be a bug with this plane. But when we go to crash, the sound drivers just go kaput and funky. Like now we won't hear. Oh, here we have a puppy.
Loki came
to say hello. So that was awesome, man. That was really great. Now here's the downside. For some reason, let me see if I can figure out how to get our sound back. How would we get our sound back? I'm gonna have to work on that. We'll do that later. So it's gonna be a little harder this time around because you won't have the sound of the plane. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to do that's just in complete silence on our end. But on the video, YouTube will hear everything.
Okay.
That's just what we got right now. Okay. So I'm gonna turn on the Garmin over here. I'm going to double check your trim to make sure you're level. There we go. And that's it, I think. Other than your lights. Just go beep, 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 whatever. Hey, Ray, it's all you.
Okay.
You don't even need to push back. You can just go and turn around. You don't need him to push it back. Okay. So you're going to have to take off your emergency brake. When you do it, you're going to start going forward. So get ready.
Okay, do I just go the same route as last time? Okay.
Exact same route.
So let me...
And while you're doing that, I'll get takeoff clearance, okay?
Okay. So should I just go while you're doing it?
Yeah. Okay. I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Tokyo ground, HeadTrip 12 request taxi for straight out departure with Mike.
HeadTrip 12 taxi to in-hold short of runway.
Exact same runway, exact same taxiway.
Contact tower on 118.725 when
Where are
ready.
we going all the way?
Oh, wait. Pull back. It's the parking brake.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
Yep. Now you can do it.
Taxi to and hold short runway 22 using taxiway Romeo HeadTrip 12.
There you go. Just slow and easy. frankly, this might be a little easier for you, right? Because, yep, you can just follow. Yeah. Go towards the sun, to the left. It's out there.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, go further. Yeah, go. Just follow these red ones and keep going. The yellow one will show up. Maybe this will help you to focus a little more without having any music on, right?
Yeah.
There it is, right there. So slow down. And you can just slow turn. Not big turns, right? We never want big turns. Just slow ones. Oh, keep going. Left.
Is it, do I go?
To the left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Kind of over where those green little lights on the ground are. That's your taxiway. Yep. Right over there. Slow. And straight out. That one. Right there. Yep, that's it. And you can see up on the map above, right? We're going the right direction.
Yep.
Maybe slow down just a little bit. And you're going to go to the left. Oh, careful. Okay, so is there anything we can learn from... Oh, yeah, stop here. But tap your brakes. Tap. We went a little too far, but that's okay. That's fine. Tap. There you go. I'm going to make sure we have clearance before you go anywhere. Actually, you know what? Do you want to just go without clearance? You want to go without clearance?
I couldn't slow down. I was trying to like not go too far, but I did go like pretty.
You're getting it though,
right?
right?
Pretty much.
I mean, you're starting to get it.
As I could. Yeah.
It just takes practice.
Okay.
It's just practice.
Okay.
Slow moves to steer, twist and right, and keep your wings flat as you can, so that just a little bit left, touch a bit. Yep, you're doing just fine. I'll tell you when to start to pull up. Okay, start to pull up just a little bit. There you go. Not too much, just a little bit. And nope, up. Okay, up. Okay, there you go. Keep it steady. Perfect. No, down a little bit. Down. Okay. Now, go straight, just flat, so that you can see all the buildings. Just go so you can see all the. Yep, just like that. Just like that.
I got farther than last time.
Yep, just keep it like that, and you're gonna be fine. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, down a little bit, down. Okay, because here's what happened last time. You lost too much speed, and if you lose too much speed, your aircraft stalls. And so
I feel like I'm gonna get eaten by a shark.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you see from the outside. It's a little easier. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh no.
Oh, you're good. No. You're good. Down. This thing over here. Look at this. This is your speedometer, right? Mm-hmm. You want to keep that at least above about 70, about where you're at, okay? So just keep flying. You're doing perfect. I want you to fly over towards the city. Okay. Down a little bit. Down a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
I got a lot farther this time.
You did. And that's only your second time, too. Okay? So, down. Keep your nose down. Keep your nose down. Go all the way down, because we don't want to stall. And let your speed get back up. Over there on the left, keep that around 70, and you'll be just fine. Okay? Okay, there you go. Yep, let it turn. Just let it turn just like it is. And it'll eventually turn towards the city. Not too high up. There you go. Now, there are some tools that will help you a little bit when we do this another time that can actually make this actually even easier than you're doing it right now. But for now, this is perfect. This is perfect practice. Mm-hmm. Let's find that big city out there somewhere. It's there around. It's close. There it is. I want you to fly over towards that big city. And just like you're doing. Just like you're doing. You're doing great.
Thank you.
You're doing awesome. Man, you're going to be a pilot before you know it, right? Gonna tilt your plane just a little bit to the left. There you go, like that. And just keep to the right, and yep, that's how you can just steer it right on in towards the city. Raegan's lucky. She gets to go to Tokyo without even paying the price of a ticket, right?
Uh-huh.
If you were in an airplane and you were flying above Tokyo, this is what it would look like. Tokyo is right there on the ocean, right? Yep, careful. Careful.
So am I just going around?
Yeah, you're going to go right over those buildings, and we're just going to let you kind of go around those buildings and look at the things that look interesting to you. But if we go right downtown, that'll look pretty cool, I think. You see that volcano out there in the distance? Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can try and get to there.
Yeah, you could fly to that volcano. Oh, careful, 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 careful. Now, there is going to be times when you have wind, right? If it gets windy, you might notice, oh my gosh, my plane just shot to the left. Just try to be calm when that happens. And try to just kind of slowly adjust. You never want to do panic jerky movements, right? Just slow. Adapt to the wind as it hits you. Go right towards that red building. See that big red tall building in the middle of downtown?
Where?
Right, straight ahead.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, I just wonder what it is. Oh, careful, careful. I don't know what it is. I just want to find out what it is. It's kind of interesting. Whoops. Left. There you go. You're doing great. You're doing really great. Okay, pull up a little bit so you don't get going too fast. There you go. Yeah, let's look at that building. What is that? Like a smokestack or a building or I don't know what it is. Careful, careful. Careful. I'm going to use the mouse just to look down on that building. Actually, you remember when you asked me what that trigger does?
Mm-hmm.
Push the trigger and see what happens. Just hold it down. Okay.
What is that?
It just like
How am I
focuses.
supposed to...
Yeah, oh, you don't have to hold it. Just let it go. Let it go. What is that down there?
It's like an Eiffel
It's
Tower.
it's like a mini Eiffel Tower that's red. That's cool.
But in Japan.
That's pretty cool, huh?
That is cool.
We're gonna have to find out what that is. Look at that. Nice, beautiful city, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Bye, Loki.
I'm gonna set your here a little bit better. There you go.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that was tilting that
I knew
much.
that was happening because your view was kind of set to the left, and so it made you look like you were going straight, but you
Oh,
were.
what's that? Oh, that's so cool over there.
It's like a.
And a triangle a little bit at a time.
Ooh, go over to that building. That looks
That's
like
what I'm
another
doing
little Eiffel
right
Tower.
now.
Huh.
That's what I was talking about. I was like, what is that building?
See, don't you think driving is funner than sitting in the backseat of a car?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. This is when you start to really enjoy, like, exploring and seeing new places, right? So when you ever get to go on road trips when you're older, it's a lot funner than having to have someone else drag you around in the backseat of the
What
car.
is that?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, I'm gonna look down. So you just keep going straight. You don't have to change a thing. I'm just gonna kind of get a better view of this thing. Go left a little bit, just a little bit. Take a look at it. Right in the middle of nowhere. Look at that building.
That's cool.
I mean, those other buildings are still, decently tall. But this thing is tall. That thing is tall.
It's so cool.
So if we ever go to Tokyo, I bet you Raegan's going to want to go up in that building.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a restaurant in there. Maybe a restaurant right here. Who knows? Restaurant up there. There usually is. Like, in those types of structures, like, for the tourists. That's pretty amazing. We'll figure out what that thing's called when we get done with our flight. Lots of buildings, huh? A lot bigger than Salt Lake City, that's for sure. A lot bigger than Salt Lake City. Okay, now you can push a reset button so you can see in front of you. There you go. You want to go out to that?
Okay.
I don't know how long of a I don't know how long a flight is, but we can try it. Look at all those rivers, isn't that cool?
I'm gonna try and find an angle. I'm pretty sure it's like in the fog though. Which might be a little hard to find.
What were you looking for?
The volcano.
Isn't it right over here?
It is?
Isn't
Oh,
that
yeah,
it right
that's
over there?
one.
Just easy, small moves. Raegan's going in for the second dip. Now Raegan's clearly found her place in the skies. Right? She's going. Honestly, that's probably Raegan's favorite part of the flight anyways, right? You're waiting for the flight attendants to bring around the ginger ale and the peanuts, the snacks, the cookies, or whatever they have.
What happens if you fall in water?
You die. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you swim. Now, there are planes that have pontoons on them that help you to float on water. And that's kind of fun, too. That would probably be the kind of place that Raegan would want to fly. There you go. Oh, a little bit of turbulence. A little bit of turbulence. Easy does it. There you go. I don't know if it's a volcano or not, but it's at least the biggest mountain we can see.
Yeah.
Mount Fuji actually is the biggest volcano out there, and it's big. But I don't know if this is it. We're heading north? It could be. I'm going to look on my phone. Well, you keep flying, okay? I'm going to look on my phone and see what mountain that is. Okay. Let's just see. Google, our trusty friend Google Maps. Go to Tokyo. Uh-oh.
No.
Are you good? You good?
Almost.
Okay. There you
Okay,
go.
there.
There you go.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go for a lot like this long, because it might be very far away and it might just be very big.
That's very possible. But if we can't, then we'll go. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just go find another airport to land at. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's good.
So Tokyo, north. What mountain? Ushika? No. So it's like literally. It's where the river's going up. I need a train mountain map, actually. A train. But, why is it dark, though? It's like I'm in dark mode. It's not very helpful. Not very helpful at all. Ooh, maybe this is it. No, that's... Okay, Keep going.
The poor sick people on the plane.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
No, no,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
no, no.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. You pull up, pull up, pull up.
Oh.
You got it. Oh wait, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait,
Yeah, you got it. You totally pulled out of that. You totally pulled out of that. I don't know how you did that. That's amazing, Raegan. I think that is deserving to put you smack dab in the middle of Hurricane Sam. Let me tell you that. Oh. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Just, you can pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. No, not down, not down. Oh, this is not gonna land. This is not gonna end well. Oh, you got it. You got, pull up, pull up. You got it. No, no, not that. Small moves, small moves, small moves, small moves. You pulled out of it. You pulled out of it. You pulled out of it.
The poor people. If there were people on this plane, they'd be like,
Oh yeah, they're not happy. They're not happy at you. They're not happy with you at all. They're not happy with you at all. But we're alive still, and that's the thing you need to remind your passengers. Look, sometimes things don't go. Sometimes things don't go. Oh no! Pull up. Pull. You can do this. You've done it twice. Pull up. Pull up. Pull. Pull. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
I was pulling the most I could.
Well, you know, that's great.
Is it still deserving and going into Hurricane Sam?
Absolutely. I mean, you pulled out of 2 tail spins. I'm going to say you 100% deserve to go through Hurricane Sam.
I'm excited.
So, should we start that up? Maybe we'll even get our music back. I don't know what happened with our... Let's see if we can get our sound fixed.
Loki. Loki's just standing right there.
Okay.
Loki.
What we're going to do, Raegan, is we're going to stop this broadcast.
Don't step on my Fanta. Loki, come on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want...
I love
Loki
you.
is really good at tipping over, well, all kinds of stuff, right? Okay, Raegan, here's what we want to do. We're going to stop this YouTube stream, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to do just a specialized quick stream of you flying in the middle of Hurricane Sam, okay?
Okay.
All right, so before we do that, we want to remind... hang on a second. Let's restart this. Go back to... I don't know what we're going to go back to. Let's just go back to something here. Let's just remind our viewers to... You want to do the honors, Raegan?
To like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.
If you want to be informed of additional flights like this, and who wouldn't, really? You asked me that question. Who wouldn't want to be informed of a flight just like the one we had with Raegan?
And stay tuned for Hurricane Sam.
Stay tuned for episode 20, when Raegan is going to attempt to fly straight through the eye of Hurricane Sam. We'll be right back with you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.